Hello everyone and welcome back to Crusader Kings 3, where today we will be starting a brand new series in the base game. Well, I say base game, I'm running a few mods. What I actually mean is we're not playing in a total conversion. Speaking of said mods, I do have a full list in the description, so feel free to go and read that. But anyway, what is the goal for this series? Despite having 2,000 hours in CK3, I have somehow never taken this decision here. So the big long goal for this series is going to be restoring the Holy Roman Empire and growing it as big as we can. The AI might actually beat me to this decision, but that's fine, because if you've seen one of my other series, you'll know that I'm not someone who rushes or speed runs a series. I like to embrace the sandbox nature, and my goals may shift depending what happens to our characters. Also, to add a little bit of flavor, we've gone ahead and named the Byzantine Empire the Roman Empire, so hopefully we can one-up them, and with the blessing of the Pope, form the Holy Roman Empire. But anyway, right, let's take a look at our starting character. We're going to have to do a lot of the initial CK3 stuff today. We are playing as Count Otto of Wien. Unfortunately, we don't actually have the duchy title, and that's because my liege is already a duke. He's also Franconian, so we're gonna have to try and find some Bavarian friends to rise up against him. But right, let's get back to good old Otto here. We are ambitious, so Otto knows what he wants and he's not afraid to try and get it. He's also diligent, which means he doesn't shy away from hard work, but also a little bit stubborn. Otto does not back down for anything. We are a fortune builder, defender, and an established lord. In terms of stats, I left everything at their base value, so this is just what I'm saying. I didn't inflate any of the stats. The stats here are generated from his traits, so they're quite poor across the board. However, stewardship is rather excellent, which is actually giving us 22% more domain taxes. Useful, because we will need to build up at the start here. Speaking of the start, we're going to need a wife. I'm wondering if we look at our fellow vassals here, because I am running a mod called More Interactive Vassals, so rising up against our liege is not going to be that easy, because all of my fellow vassals here can join his side if they'd like him more than me. However, I'm hoping the fact that we're all fellow Bavarians, maybe they will rise up and help me here. Man. I don't know if there's going to be any candidates for an early alliance. I might have to wait until I have children of my own to secure an alliance. It's looking at it. What about you? Oh, never mind. Sorry. I mistook you for a lass, right? Yeah, I don't think we have any good targets here. Okay. I mean, can we get any alliances at all? I was looking around here just earlier. And we do have this alliance over here. However, I feel like that's a little bit too far away. I like to have allies that are close by. And Asturias, they're going to be having their own struggle in Iberia, so I might shy away from that. But other than them, we don't actually have... Oh, we have this alliance down here, but that's with the Irish. They're so far away from us. It just doesn't feel very realistic to have that alliance. Right, in that case, I mean, with no allies, we're going to have to go for inheritable traits here. Unfortunately, all of these are lowborn, so that's going to hurt my legitimacy. However, it's a sacrifice that I might be willing to make. Let's see. Probably not going to marry a Franconian, considering we're probably going to be rising against them. Do we have a fellow Bavarian, I wonder? Maybe I should have sorted by relevance here. Franconians. Yeah, they're all Franconians. Sophia is Bavarian. She's lustful and she's quick as well. That could be a very good early marriage. She's not very skilled. However, the diplomacy might help me if we're going to start a rebellion. So here, let's send that off. I'm going to lose prestige. My legitimacy is not going to be helped with that either. Right. Lifestyle. Obviously, I'm going to be going stewardship. What am I doing now? Probably architect. Do I want the raw stewardship or the 10% income? I think the 10% income would be nice. Let's get cutting cornerstones so our buildings are a little bit cheaper. Professional workforce would give us quicker construction time. And then centralization can give development growth in the capital. Now, I will say, I haven't played base game for a very long time, so a lot of stuff is different. So if you want to let me know of any of the changes, please feel free to comment those, in case I'm not aware of them. I do know that domain limit has changed massively, and I'll be honest, I do like the new changes. However, it does give us an early challenge, which we'll look at in a minute. 25% collect tax effectiveness. I don't know if I'm going to be making use of collecting taxes. But as you can see, we do not have a duchy. However, I have 6 titles, which is already 2 over my holding limit. Now, the saving grace here is that I think this one is a temple. So I could temporarily grant this away, and then that puts me only 1 over. Speaking of our holdings, Wien as well also has a university that we can build up at some point, which would be nice as well. I mean, look, we're gonna have to deal with it. I can't do a rebellion right now. Let's give this away to a bishop. They will get independence temporarily, and then I think I'm just going to have to put up being 1 over my limit here. We can also establish a house tradition. This is one of the mods I'm running. In fact, we have a lot of choices as well. The time has come to set example for posterity and establish traditions for your house. What would you like your descendants to value? Oh, so we could value valor, which is more of a martial and a prowess thing. Honor is diplomacy and martial. I want something. If we're gonna build the Holy Roman Empire, what makes sense thematically? Maybe something like power or pride. Devotion could be good as well. We get martial per level of devotion as well as prowess. We get bonus piety. We gain less stress. Holy order higher cost is 50% cheaper. And religious vassals and head of faith has a higher opinion of us. That could be useful. Pride as well, I think, makes a lot of sense too. But you know what? I'm going to go with devotion. In fact, that ties in nicely with our house words, because I have gone with Deo Gratias, which I believe is Latin for something like thanks be to God, or something along those lines, which is very fitting indeed. Right. Council positions. Oh dear. Okay, we are going to need a better steward. So let's see. Do I have any unmarried courtiers? I have a few. Can we, if I get rid of traits here, we could find... Oh, Mayor Nitzo. But wait, you're already landed. Ah, that's unfortunate. A conversos? We only consider them a stray. 22 stewardship is very nice. Why don't we bring in Evamai, and he can serve as our steward here? What else are we going to need? Probably a good spy master would be nice. Although, I should prioritize marshal and steward, because only men can serve in those. Or chancellor, sorry. Yeah, we do not have a good chancellor or marshal, so let's sort that as well. So make sure we go matrilineal, diplomacy, 19 diplomacy, and Italian Napoleon. Let's go ahead and bring him into our court. And then Berta will marry you off for a new marshal. The Vainusco, we actually consider them evil, so let's not do that. Orthodoxy is a stray though, that's not too bad. Dimitru is a Vlach. We actually played as a Vlach before, I'm pretty sure. Right, matrilineal, let's do that. Oh, they won't actually accept. Okay, sorry. I forgot to take this. In that case, what about Alaramo? He's also a Catholic, so we will get on nicely as well. This is all standard part 1 things. I might take my time a little bit here as we get stuff set up. Anything else I need to immediately do? I don't think so, so let's unpause. It only took us 10 minutes this time, record time, to be implacable, Otto. I gladly accept your marriage proposal. I will graciously take the hand of your courtier. Okay. Right, excellent news. Did my message go through, though? I'm not quite sure. The Architect Guild. A cloaked visitor silently enters my study, bowing slightly. The mysterious visitor speaks in a steady voice. Do not panic, my count. I am merely here to bring you greetings from the Architect Guild. Ooh. The following are currently available for your use. The Architect of Wonders. This is another mod that we are using. We'll probably interact with this more halfway through the series. This is not something for now. That would be all for now. Thank you very much. I think you get gold if you click the bottom option. I don't want to do that. It feels like a little bit cheaty. To the Serene Otto, I accept your marriage proposal. Excellent stuff. Right. The marriages are all going through. And I am now married to my wife as well. I think rather quickly, I would like to seduce you, my love. Let's go ahead and do that. We need children. We need to secure these early alliances. And now we can organize the council as well. So, Ivamai, you are going to become my new steward. And in fact, let's already start increasing development in Wien. For this whole series, I do plan to make Wien my capital. And look, it has 5 baronies. So, you know, a city, a temple, and maybe 2 more castles would be nice. I really want to build up Wien as my capital here. Right, we got a new marshal as well. Aleramo, let's assign you. A chancellor, Napoleon. Pronunciation, probably butchering it. That's fine. And my love, what do you want to help me with? Probably managing the domain for now would be more than enough. Right. And then I might have to unpause. I thought you guys married off. Aha. Did you not? You did marry off. Okay. Right, so let's change the filter over here. My knight, though you are... Did my filters break? I think my filters broke because of the update. Interesting. Marital status... Unmarried is no longer an option. It's eligible. I think they changed this. Okay. Well, Ernst, my knight. Let's try and find you a high intrigue wife. A Franconian, I don't know if she will cooperate, but let's see. Maybe. Let's go ahead and send that off. Oh, and we get to look at the new accolade system as well. Oh, I'm excited for this. Okay. So if we go into here, there is now a new accolade system. Oh, I can't have a knight yet, damn it. Okay, we'll take a look at that in the future. Men-at-arms. We have some siege equipment. We also have some armored footmen, which is actually incredibly nice to start with. Let's station those in the capital. Do we have any cultural men-at-arms? We don't. That's a shame. But maybe we can focus on armored footmen, at least to begin with. Let's go ahead and put the siege equipment over there as well. Right. Guys, I think we are set up. And now we can begin the grand journey towards the Holy Roman Empire. Everyone appreciates a gift, but perhaps I could come up with something truly unique that will make a real impression on Countess Sophia. Oh, well, let's see. I could commission some poetry on the joys of life. I think she appreciates the physical pleasures of life, or at least poetry. Well, she's lustful, so I think that's actually true. Let's go ahead with that. To the implacable Otto, thank you so much for the poem on the joys of life you gave me. I can scarce remember the last time I received such a wonderful gift. My love, I would do anything for you. I would move the very mountains on our borders. I gotta say, I'm loving this new graphical mod. It's amazing. Right, we've already got hybrid cultures forming. Speaking of culture, who is the head of the Bavarian culture? Because it's not very big. There's not many of us around at the moment. Okay, I am the cultural head, right. I should probably start researching stuff then. Let's take a look at our culture. We are spiritual. So we can consult the skies. We also have increased stargazer aptitude. We gain more piety, control growth, and faith creation and reformation is 20% cheaper. Maybe later on in the series we can engage with that. So we do have Central Germanic heritage. We can speak High German. Martial is men only. We do have our own aesthetic as well. As for our traditions, we have strong believers. So zealous and humble is more common. Characters are less likely to accept conversion. We also have conversion resistance as well. I think that's fitting. Unlocks the Yurt of the Righteous. Internal upgrade for the magic. Oh, okay, that's irrelevant. Opinion of different faiths minus 15. We also get stand and fight, so increased stationed men-at-arms toughness bonus for nomads. Again, irrelevant for us. Our levies are a little bit tougher. We do take more friendly fatal casualties, but we gain defender advantage. Men-at-arm toughness, heavy infantry toughness, spearmen, and heavy cavalry as well. So I guess we know what we're going to be focusing for our army. We also have hereditary hierarchy. So rulers with poor education traits, so the 1-star ones, are distrusted and the loyal trait is more valued. We lose tyranny at half efficiency, so we don't want to be tyrannical. We do get a 25% long reign bonus. Castle holdings are cheaper to construct. And feudal vassals give us more tax contributions. Okay. And we also have a brewing culture. Unlocks the brewery line of buildings for city buildings. And the farms and fields and manor house line of buildings provide popular opinion. Oh, that's huge. If we take a look at our terrain here, our capital is actually farmlands. So we can build manor and farmland there. Right. So we should probably start looking at some innovations. We are in the tribal era, so we don't have many. Oh dear. Right. I mean, I feel like plenary assemblies is quite important so we can get limited crown authority. We don't even have that. We're also being exposed to it from the Franconians, so we get 40% bonus. So let's focus that. In 20 years, we can then get limited crown authority. Playing in an earlier start date is a little bit brutal when it comes to the technologies, but I do like the... I do like the longevity it can offer. I'm actually losing renown somehow. I don't know if that's just a visual bug or whatever. I've been appointed Prince Carloman's Seneschal. Interesting. I should probably try and get on my Liege's Council right. My wife, Sophia, is once again absent from my chamber as night falls. She has been distant lately, lost in thought and rarely seen at court. Am I not to her satisfaction? Is she simply busy? Or could she be warming someone else's bed? Oh, no. I don't think she would disrespect the sanctity of our marriage. We are actually quite compatible. She doesn't hate me or anything. I think I'm just being a little bit paranoid there. Right. So, we need to start building, don't we? Right now, we have bastions and curtain walls. I need more gold. So, we could get manor houses. That gives us 0.7 tax. Which is very nice. Also gives us 30% cheaper feasts if we choose to do that. Let's build the manor houses. That's going to take 3 years. I also want to build farms and fields here. We're going to be heavily focusing on the building up of our realm. Right, let's also take a look at decisions. We need to make sure we have everything set up. I'm attending the dance not simply because I am the lord of the castle, but because I want to see my wife there. She looked resplendent, and when we finally have a moment to ourselves, I offer my suggestion. See, so I could appeal to her playful side. I mean, she is lustful. A thoughtful side, greedy, and malicious. I don't think she's any of those. No. Let's appeal to her playful side here. I'm sure she would love to dance. I am a fine dancer. Countess Sophia and I spun across the floor together, turning heads as she laughed to her heart's content. Aha, there we go. Smoldering chemistry. Lovely, right. Oh! And it seems like we had a little bit of fun in the evening as well. My wife is pregnant. Okay, that's good news. We desperately... we need the alliance. Right, so the seduction scheme is progressing nicely. We are now building up the mansions as well, so that should help our gold income. Right, decisions. So, what do we want to do here? I think this is all normal stuff. Train for a tournament. I would like to have that on notify. We can develop our capital because we are diligent. I dreamed that Wien will one day be the envy of every ruler under the sky. I must endeavor to be the champion who turns it into the jewel of the earth. All that is needed is for me to put in some more work. Who needs sleep anyway? So we get diligent planning for 10 years, which gives us 0.2 development growth in the realm capital. We gain a lot of stress, but I think that's worth it. Let's plan the development. There we go. Set activity wait time. That's just a mod stuff. Dynasty Chronicle. We'll take a look at that later as well. We can send an envoy to the Silk Road market. We'll do that later too. Right. Invite knights. We might be able to do that. Let's see. If we go for unmarried female, I'm going to have to update my stuff. Let's do a legible. And then I'll save that here. So overwrite that. There we go. Yeah, the thing is, I would have to pay gold to recruit them. We can still do it just to see how expensive it is. Also, we do not yet have a personal physician. I think for now we'll just put the bishop. And then let's put everything on auto. This is one of the quality of life mods I'm using. It's massive. I think a court tutor would be very useful as well. Berta, let's have you serving there. And then maybe a seneschal. We'll go with tutor. I don't want to have too many positions right now because they are rather expensive. Right, let's put you on advanced research. You as well, so I can gain more lifestyle experience. And then organize the court to increase their aptitude. Okay. Activities. Notify when I can join grand tournaments. Lovely. Now I think we are set up. I'm probably forgetting a thing or two, but I'm sure as I interact with it, I will remember. Or I will realize to do it. Right, Hugo has arrived at court. He is a lowborn. 15 prowess is rather nice. Yeah, I can't recruit him because it would cost 25 gold. And I cannot arrange marriage either, which is rather unfortunate. Oh, the other day, some of my soldiers, while on patrol, came across a single house not too far from here. They found this rather odd, as it was more or less in the middle of nowhere, so they went in to investigate when they were ambushed by a couple of bandits. My soldiers valiantly fought them off and managed to subdue and arrest them. Now we need to figure out what to do with the house since it doesn't appear to belong to anyone. So I can sell the property off. Or I can raise it down to prevent bandits from... I think we should sell it off to a prospective buyer. 25 gold, yes. I mean, I assume it's abandoned anyway, so let's have an auction. If I wanted to, I could now recruit the knight that has just arrived at court. Or I can save that gold to maybe build up a Wien a little bit more, maybe even go to university. That would help my domain limit if I could increase my education trait. The servants have all been sent away and our bed has been decorated with roses. As Countess Severe enters our chambers, she smiles eagerly and joins me without any hesitation. With the help of hands, mouth, and limbs, we reaffirm the devotion we swore before God, perhaps in a more carnal fashion than intended. Ho-ho! As we are united in marriage, we are now united in heart. So we become lovers, and we lay with one another as well. Although she is already 7 months pregnant. Right. I would also like to romance her, so we can become soulmates. I take my love life very seriously. We gotta keep the wife happy and on our side. The time has come to let my feelings towards Sophia be known. I want her to remember this day for the rest of her life. I think let's just go with our gut in the moment here. The candle was burning low when I finally finished my poem. Before I send it, I give it one last read. Your big round cow eyes are like wet mud. I really want to see you, but I may know the depths of your love. You and I belong together, right? I think I need to work a little bit on my poetry there. But she loves me nonetheless. I can pay homage to my liege. I don't think I actually want to do that. If I am planning a revolt, then I don't think I want to do that at all. How do I see this again? Realm. Maybe I wanted to do this. Liege's council. He doesn't yet have a council, which is rather weird. I could petition Liege, maybe. How would one do that? Oliver, hold on a minute. My liege now has the Kingdom of Bavaria. Oh gosh, okay. This is gonna be even tougher now. Because he's gonna be much stronger, right. I would very much like to petition you. Request court position. No, that's not... I want a council position. I mean, look, we could modify our contract. Maybe we give a little bit more levies. For council rights could be useful. You must propose an equal exchange in obligations and hooked. Current changes in favor of you too. Oh, I would also have to increase my taxes, right? I'm not a fan of that. Maybe we wait until we can get a hook. The useful thing now, though, is I can actually create the Duchy of Austria without having to go to war. So maybe I would do that. And we have been blessed with a son. This would be a good time to address the player name situation, because for this series, we are going to be using the Wheel of Destiny. What that means is you guys are free to request one name at a time. Just leave the name and then tell me if it's for a son or daughter. And then what will happen is all of the name suggestions will be on a wheel. We'll spin it. And then if it lands on your name, I will use that for a character. And then you are free to leave another suggestion. I'm also going to have a link in the description that will show the live name list. So you know if I maybe accidentally missed your name off the list. Obviously, give me a day or two to write them down. I'm not going to write them down instantly. But just right. But what should I call my first son? I think a good Catholic name would be good. Isaac Wilhelm. Yes. May you grow to be strong and wise, my son. You have your mother's hair as well. Right, impeccable household, 150 prestige. Kuno has now arrived at court. Oh, a giant athletic. We have to get Kuno in our court. Unfortunately, I can't arrange a marriage here. Let's recruit him to our court. And then what I might do is find spouse. What if we go for inheritable traits here? Berenguer is French. Oh, but she's 37 as well. I don't think they will be able to have children. If anything, maybe we want to go... I mean, early 30s is not too old. How old are you? 36. Maybe Volodymyra here. She's Slovenian, 28. If they can have some giant children, that would be amazing. I can join King Carloman's coronation. Which I think... Is that not my liege? It is. Maybe I should go to this. Participants may gain opinion of other participants, and they may gain unique opportunities based on their intent. I think we should join the coronation. And maybe we can already start our scheming. Right, let's get a caravan master. Wolfram, you will do fine for this. And we will go ahead and join that. That does freeze my romance scheme. Safety and speed will be increased. Yeah, let's go ahead and select that as well. So we need 250 gold. And then we can form the Duchy of Austria. So the Serene Otto, I accept your marriage proposal. Lovely, lovely. Right, my knight. Start making giant children. You will be the chosen, the honorary line of knights. Maybe he could become my first accolade as well. My first titled knight. I have finally arrived at Frontenhausen for the coronation. Love or hate the king, none can deny the feeling of importance shared between we who shall stand witness. Time to see what trouble I may get into. So what can I actually do here as a witness? We'll have to see. The gathering is as grand as expected. Faces familiar and foreign mingle, and I hear greetings just warm enough to be polite. When the host speaks, the room quiets out of instinct. My friends, my vassals, my kin, your presence honors me more than any crown could. Until the ceremony begins, eat, drink, speak freely. I know that I see each of you. I want not to forget who stood here with me today. Okay then, who else is here? It keeps on giving me events. I don't have time to change my intent or anything yet. Guests for the coronation of my liege, the king, are pouring in, all giving minor oaths, thanks for their innovations and pledges of fealty or support. Soon it shall be my turn. Must I stand out from the crowd? Must I use my brief audience to convince the king of my worthiness? I could gift a gift of 10 gold, which does help increase my legitimacy. Which right now is... that's why we're losing renown. Yes. I do need to get to 60 legitimacy if possible. That would give me 47. However... Wait, what's this in? Non-disloyal vassals of the king at the coronation pen 10 gold to him and lose 10 opinion of me. But the king gains opinion. Because now he's expected everyone to gift. I could give 50 gold, but it doesn't actually give me extra bonuses. You know what? I shall arrange a tithe from the other guests. Oh! Oh, that's why they don't like me. It's fine. Everyone, chip in, please. Thank you very much. Maybe we're making some early enemies. I find our host, the king, standing alone in the courtyard. Finally, I have a chance to make my intentions known. As a witness to this coronation, it is only fair that I get something in return. I would like to be your steward, my liege. Okay. Let us be an example of peace to our people. So the cultural acceptance between the Bavarians and the Franconians increase. I didn't originally think of maybe doing a hybrid culture, but that could also be a way that we go as well. Combine and hybridize our people, and then maybe with the support of the Franconian common people, we could maybe one day siege the crown. Or I could gain some piety. Or we could gain legitimacy. I'll be honest, the legitimacy would be very nice right now. Everyone will see we stand close to the king. Increases my... Let's see it. Maybe the king will accept that. Good count, I turn around to find Archbishop Lantfrid next to a nervous man. You must know that I cherish you, and it will bring me great joy to help you. Here I offer you the first and best of my men, Hard Knight. My well-accomplished Chancellor, may this serve as the start of a friendship between our houses. Young Archbishop Lantfrid, where are you? Okay, you took over Sanct Potent. Lord, becoming friends with you would be nice, because one day I would like to have you under my wing. Do you know what? We could grow closer to forming a friendship instead, and he gains opinion of me. Oh, few are as generous as you, Prince Bishop. What a kind gesture you have put on display here. The king has denied my petition. That's unfortunate. But I did gain the legitimacy still anyway, so that's fine. I got what I wanted. King Carloman takes a second to observe the crowd, bringing a hand to his heart. The voices of the courtiers have become as constant as the chirping of birds, and I have no doubt that Queen Litzwind intends to join them. Good count, she says. May I be so bold as to ask, what are your thoughts on the celebration? I have no doubt that King Carloman's rule will be one of love and justice. The king gains opinion of me, and every attending character also gains opinion as well. They will call us fortunate for having been here. That is what I think. A small blackbird hides among the guests' feet and makes some of them laugh, including my liege and the reason for our gathering here, the king. Lord Otto, I have noticed that you rule over your realm with great efficiency. The unmistakable hand of a steward. There is nothing more I need more than a capable man in my council. Oh, my king! I would be honored. It would be my absolute pleasure to join and serve you as Steward of Bavaria. Oh, we are already elevating the heights here, and it's not even like I tried to force it. That's amazing. All the preparations are complete. The meager ceremonial assembly awaits in Frottenhausen's high church. In cold silence, the king processions parts the crowd, and my retinue follows in our honorary place. Some peasants stare up at us blankly, others mutter derision. One howls out, "The false king!" and the mob surges forth, barely held back, but a few warriors lining the way. Okay. Now we shall see the measure of this king. So now we have the actual coronation. Okay. I think the bishop's a bit smelly. He has flies flying around him or something. I'm gonna read the coronation fully this once, just because it's the first time we had it this series. But in the future, I might skip through them a little bit more. But I do like to read every event at least once fully. Until the bishop, the Bavarian nobility, and the common people have all acted their customary part, Carloman is no true king. His rule cannot be just without their acceptance of it. First, the priests. Theirs is a call for the king to honor their holy rites and to defend the faithful, Carloman assents. Then the elders of Frontenhausen stare at the king in awe, as the masses outside exalt his royal name. Carloman's vassals stalk forwards darkly. Most of them hardly bother with the words of loyal amidst the gesture of hate. At last comes my turn. Bloody hell, I struggled to read that. Right. Raise your voice, my fellows, chant our new king's glorious name. I'm not actually very stressed. The king gains opinion of me, as does every supporter. Okay. I mean, let's do that. I cry out my oath in utter devotion. Maybe we serve the King of Bavaria with loyalty. The final sacral moment draws near, but first the anointing, the mark of King Carloman's mandate from God. Archbishop Lanfred himself bears the holy oil. Aha! Archbishop, the shepherd of Bavaria, marks Carloman with the sacred golden oil on his hands, his head, his breast, his shoulders, and the bends of his arms. A blessing for prophets, priests, and monarchs. The king's skin shines with the very approval of God. And so the priesthood has accepted a king. So it looks like God is looking upon him favorably. Forth come the royal symbols. The glittering sword is girded to Carloman's hip. The scepter of sovereignty authority taken up in his hand. His fingers wrap around the globus cruciger to his body. Calm the armils and the pallium. The prayers rumble on. Graced by royal treasures, Carloman kneels just this one final time. For the King of Bavaria, the king he is about to truly become, he bows only to God. And the crown is placed atop his brow. With the rights of the kings enthroning complete, the royal consort is now to be properly instated as queen. King Carloman's wife conducts the rituals with distinctive openness. Her lowly breeding is portrayed somewhat when Lutzwind fumbles with the more obscure vows of fealty to the Lord. Before long, and with great ceremony, Lutzwind's crown is laid on her head for the first time. The kingdom of Bavaria acclaims their queen. The king has his queen, as do the people of Bavaria. Carloman stands by himself in front of the crowd, as all await his oath. For too long, lands that belong to Bavaria have suffered the rule of lesser hands, of those who mistook possession for legitimacy. That ends now. From Regensburg, they were no true governance by me. Ooh. Are we going to conquer? Quite a few people actually don't support him. One of them is a Franconian as well, which is interesting. But his wife is Bavarian. Okay. In fact, he has a lot of detractors. Maybe we were feigning our loyalty here. There could very well be rebellion brewing in the near future. Okay, right, anyway, the formalities have ended, and with them, the stillness that held the gathering in place. A few murmurs rise as the host stands again, this time to mark the end of ceremony and the start of something more relaxed. The king raises his voice just enough to carry. My friends, the rites are complete. Let the tables be filled, let the cups be raised. And let this hall remember joy as well as duty. The words are well received, and with each passing moment, the committal gathering becomes more of a lively celebration. Okay, right, we're feasting now. Let's enjoy the bloody feast. Free food and ale. What a grand occasion. The revels of my fellow guests bring a smile to my face. I chore towards their raucous carousing, finds them falling over one another. A bawdy gesture suddenly knocks a torch loose and it careens into the drapery. Flames leap up the walls as guests shriek and scatter. I dive for cover. Heart pounding as the whole is soon awash in smoke. Away. The tent is on fire. Holy crap. How do I leave this place? I need to get out of here. There. I came for free food. I don't want to be burned alive. The rumors that have been circulating about Count Litbert wanting to curry favor with the king are confirmed as he hands him a gift. My dearest liege, it's so lovely to see you, knowing that we'd meet here. I brought you this marvelous pelt as a token of my appreciation. King Coleman grins as he studies the animal hide, seeing how happy he is from receiving a gift. I'm realizing I'm at risk of missing the opportunity to improve my standing with him as well. Ooh. I am ambitious. My liege, 50 gold is so... I can't afford 50 gold. I simply do not have that in the treasury. We could declare a toast, although then we are... Count Litbert. I think that's fine. Everyone, can I have your attention? I would like to say a toast to the new King of Bavaria. Our King of Bavaria. So what happened there? Oh, I don't know if I got to see that, right. Unconcerned with any etiquette, my fellow vassal Queen Lutzwin slaps me in the back. I mean it. I'll do anything you ask of me. Anything at all, ask me. And it is done. Ooh, hold on a minute. I could get a weak hook on the Queen. Maybe there is some schemes brewing in the background. I'm not a man of intrigue, but who knows? Right. The coronation is complete. And now we can head back home. After all of that, I would say that was quite a successful coronation. We are now the steward of our liege, which will help with our gold income a little bit. How much do we get for that? What do I get for being this? It's over here. A bonus 2 gold per month, 7% taxes, and 7% cheaper buildings. Is very nice indeed. Very nice. Okay, we have now arrived home after the coronation. And I think we can go back to the romance. It doesn't say we have a very high chance. But my sweet lady, my only desire is to bring you honor and happiness. Pray tell me, how can I prove my love for you? Slay a wolf. Oh gosh, okay. Right. That's gonna be tough. I mean, your wish is my command. Damn it. I'm not strong enough. Engelbert has now arrived. I mean, 17 prowess, also athletic as well. Unfortunately, we just don't have spare courtiers. I can train for a tournament. Let's do that. And then you turn to the right. They won't go gentle on you in the tourney, my lord. If you want to win, you cannot afford to lose, not even to me, not even once. Oh, I've become wounded. Oh, I'm really not a fighter. I should have known after the wolf. I should have known after the wolf, right. We can't actually join a tournament. I guess we've missed that. We've missed that window of opportunity because we were at the coronation. I'm no longer wounded. That's useful. As my beauty and I walk through the Wien gardens, I gesture at the greenery around us. For that beauty, there isn't a single flower which rivals your own, milady. Haha, well, a sweet talker. There is one. A rare orchid from Abbasit, which is nearly impossible to cultivate. The monastery ruin in Hohaina is the only place where it thrives in these regions. 20... man, I need to be saving gold. I can't keep on spending it. Maybe I could brave the ruins for you, my love. Oh, I injured myself when I tried... I need... Oh, I've got an aggravated wound as well now. Oh, God. I need to stop. I'm being blinded by love here. I'm putting my life at risk. Oh, my God. My wife isn't inside. Oh! Did you just call my wife a fool? Aleramo, you might be my marshal, but I will not allow you to disrespect my wife. Apologize to her at once. He refuses to listen? Oh, no. Right. I know he's a very good marshal, but... oh, I don't have anyone to replace him, damn it. Here, I should be training the commanders as well. Let's stay on foreign affairs. Yeah, disrupt schemes. Although, I guess you might be able to... didn't we get a new one? Alberard. Let's assign you. I'm just wondering if we could not search for secrets over here. Maybe getting a hook on the king might be useful. Ah, we desperately need gold. I mean, if we went on a hunt, as long as we were successful, we could sell the trophy, but there's not a guarantee that that would be successful either. Ah, at last, the crown and the clergy walk hand in hand, as they should. Our realm thrives because we have humbled ourselves before the will of God, honoring the sacred rights of the church. The nobles bend the knee to the divine law, and I am proud to rule a realm so deeply rooted in faith. Together with the clergy, we guide this realm towards salvation, protecting both the souls and the lands entrusted to us. The crown exists to serve, and in its service to the church, we find true strength. No longer are the divine offices of our realm undermined or challenged by worldly greed. The balance is restored, and our laws uphold what is just in the eyes of God. There is peace in this union of crown and cloth, and may it last for generations to come. Ah. So we are feeling slightly satisfied after the recent coronation. Interesting. And we're no longer wounded. Okay, there we go. Right, let's not do anything foolish. My liege has gone to war. Right. Oh. Okay. On King Louis, the Carlings. Bavaria is fighting against the Carlings. Oh, gosh. Hold on a minute. Can I take a closer look at this war? We are fighting the Italians. I mean, look. I am the steward of Bavaria. The claim on the kingdom of Italy. I will declare for our king. Men of Wien. Men of Austria. It is today that we must pick up our mettle and march beyond the Alps to Italy. Okay. I have joined the war here. Let's go down to 310 speed. I like to slow down when we're at war. Because of the more interactive vassals, this could be a very big war, depending on who joins on our side. He had a lot of detractors, so we'll have to see. Every time I close my eyes, I see Sophia's face. Sleep will not come. I cannot wait another moment. Cloaked in shadows, I make my way to the garden outside her living quarters. The sight of Sophia's chamber window makes my heart stutter. So close and yet so far. But wait, who is that climbing up the tower? A shady figure stops by Sophia's window and unlatches the shutter. My beauty is in danger. I must save her. The sounds from the struggle above is the greatest motivator I have ever known. Without care for life or limb, I hoist myself through the Countess Sophia's window. I feel as if I have plunged into a frozen lake. Sophia is on the floor, the intruder pushing her down, gleaming blade between them. With a roar, I grab the villain by the collar and throw him into the wall. The rest is a blur. When the danger is over, I run towards her. What are you doing here? She asks, her voice trembling. I raise my hands, a gesture of peace, but she draws her dagger. Do not come any closer. Leave at once. My love, I was only trying to help. Unless it was her lover. Okay, I mean, she has really good opinion of me. I mean, lovers might have to be enough. We're not going to be soulmates right now. Here, let's also start swaying our bishop. I would like to keep him on our side. And then once we are out of this war, we will have to find an alliance within probably within our realm, so that they join any factions that we would join. Right, has anyone else joined on our side? Aha, okay. So if we take a look at our allies, King Ludwig of East Francia has also joined. However, none of our other fellow vassals have joined, which is rather interesting. I do not have the largest of armies, so I'm a bit worried that there's already a force there, but here, let's raise everyone. Aliramo is an organizer, which would be useful. So hopefully he can help us link up with our liege a bit faster here. Right. Armies are raised. The king is actually marching north to fight this army. Here, let's go towards the capital. It's also winter, which is not helping us a lot here. Ah, they might besiege our lands, which is annoying. Another stewardship perk. Okay. Defensive measures. Oh, additional fort level and garrison size. We can also purchase truces. Which, to be frank with you, I can't really afford right now. So, we're not going to be doing that. Oh, my liege, where are you? Let's cross the plains. I would very much like to link up with your army, and then I'm going to link myself to your army, and then we'll follow you into battle. I think is the smart idea here. Right. There's our allies are joining as well. So overall, how are the numbers looking? We have a very slight advantage when it comes to raw numbers. Although I'm not going to be leading the battles myself. Can I link up yet? I think I have to be on the same holding as you. A stranger is brought before me. He's been waiting outside the castle gates for a week, my liege. My name is Simpson, my lord. I've travelled far and wide and seen many things, but my family and I are weary of the road. If you allow us to stay, I will happily share my knowledge of the world with you, and be your loyal servant. They follow the oh, we consider them evil. I will tell you what, Simpson. If you embrace God, the one true God, then you and your family are free to stay with us. Ah, there we go. Look, they have embraced God. Okay. Interesting. Oh, your wife is very skilled. She might even be viable to become spy master. She doesn't really like me because of cultural acceptance. However, if I put her on the council, maybe I should actually start swaying her. Let's do that instead of the bishop. The bishop can wait. Right, I'm struggling to catch up to the army here. Even though we have the organizer trait, maybe they also have an organizer on their army. So we're just going to have to manually keep up for a little bit here. We are the attacker though, so I need the AI to start doing offensive stuff instead of just walking around our own lands here. Would be rather nice, but alas, we can't have everything. Ah, damn it, I think I caught up for a small moment there. Right, here. Let's attach to the first army. There we go. So now I don't have to keep clicking. We can just follow them around. I think we're chasing after this army. The first army of Nuremberg. If we can catch up to them, we should definitely have the victory here. As long as they don't get huge defensive bonuses. Although it looks like we're struggling to catch up. Here, now that I'm linked, do we have a better commander? Not really, no. I mean, it's nice. Our best commander just naturally has the organizer trait. I'm a fan of that. We are struggling so hard to catch up here. It might be an idea for me to manually engage and then everyone else can join in after. Greetings, Count Otto. Despite our best efforts, my agents have yet to uncover any secrets. I do not believe we will find anything either. Ah, that's very unfortunate. I mean, let's try again. I'm not so certain. Surely there's some secret. Right. The Battle of Spittle. We do not have the advantage. However, we have the numbers. And that should be the first victory. My wife is pregnant. Lovely. I know it's mine because I wasn't away leading the army. I'm staying at home and ruling things here. We lost 19 soldiers, but we did kill 500. Yeah, let's expand that. The armored footmen did the majority of the killing there. Kuno is my knight. Oh, he got 4 kills as well. The scouts are sending me good news. Our participation in this war is going nicely. I have also become a novice steward, so I gain even more stewardship now and liege opinion too. So being on the liege's council is actually going to be really nice for increasing our own stats. Right. Wait, can I... Hold on a minute. The game seems to have bugged out a little bit there. Did I accidentally unattach? Right. My liege, I have engaged the Italian king. Please reinforce at once. Oh gosh. Okay, reinforcements have arrived. That was looking a bit scary. I wondered what happened there. That was interesting. Wait, when did they add sheep? As additional payment to the recent trade, I find myself in possession of a large herd of livestock. I've been assured that the animals are of the highest quality, but the question of what should be done with them remains. So, Veen could get a cattle herd for 15... Oh, 10% development growth would be nice. We could get a... We could gamble and try to get 20% development growth or 50 gold. Do you know what? I think it's a beautiful herd, but it could be larger. And now for 15 years, we get 20% development growth bonus in Veen, which is very nice. Also, what's very nice is we have got a victory there, and I think one of our knights even slew one of the enemy knights, actually, it said. Wow, Kuno, 21 kills. And in fact, yeah, Kuno wounded, and then... Let's see, I think one of our knights... Ah, it was a fellow vassal that got the kill. Okay. But I did capture a prisoner. Ransom for 50 gold. Yes, please. Let's go ahead and do that. Is my army attached? It is now attached. Okay, maybe I accidentally clicked the map there. Unless it did bug out. I'm not too sure. To the implacable Otto, I've been corresponding with the Chancellor, and I must say that I've come to see you in a new light. Ah! Well, your silver tongue is shining today, Napoleon. Thank you very much. You are making me friends. So what's this war? The Gwynefian claim on the lordship. Oh, this is a war in Britannia. What's going on here? Right. I think allies between kingdoms is a little bit more fine at that distance, but between lowly, because we're just a count. Remember, we don't have our duchy yet. Between counts, maybe dukes, we will increase the range at which I'm willing to accept allies. Right. So far, we have a new UI now. So we can already see we've lost 743, or us specifically, 196 losses we're faced in this war. They have lost a knight. And also war attrition. Interesting. We'll see how that develops. Very cool. I think in the ledger also shows ongoing wars, right? So we should be able to see our war somewhere in here. Which is, okay, there's 111 ongoing wars, right? I'm not going to scroll through all of that. In fact, I think that's going to be a good place to end part 1, because we're already an hour into this. Right, guys, hopefully you enjoying the new series. We got a little bit done. We went to a coronation. Hopefully in part 2 we can get enough gold to form our duchy and whatnot. But yeah, things are interesting. The goal for this series is to basically bring a more up-to-date version. I don't know if any of you remember the Kingdom of Ireland series, but there was like 80 episodes of that or something. Now, obviously, I might not be aiming for 80 episodes, but I want a nice, big, long base game playthrough, because it's been over 3 years since I truly done a proper base game playthrough. So that is the idea behind this series. But anyway, guys, right, hopefully you enjoyed part 1. Remember, if you want to leave a name suggestion, make sure you do so. Just leave the name and then tell me whether it's a son or daughter, and I will keep an active version of the name list in the description as well. But guys, that's going to be it for today. Thank you for watching, and as always, I will see you next time.